you're a pal up at United,
Which
right?
one?
Antony, and the other fella, I forget his name, right?
Yeah, Antony done better.
Right, but do you see the way the likes of Gordon for Newcastle attacks fullbacks
Both ways.
and the boy for Brighton, the way he attacks fullbacks. That's what you got to do. You got to mix it up. You got to go inside, outside, attack fullbacks with pace and speed.
That's what he done.
He
Gordon.
doesn't do it.
That's what he done, Gordon. There was one in the second half where first half he kept going on the outside. This time he just close, fast dribbling, went right inside past Trent, and then got across him. But like you says, Antony doesn't do that. But Antony did have a better game on the weekend, a little bit better. But like you says,
he wanted me to do well. He's a young boy.
Yeah.
He wanted me to do well. But the way, wingers, that's what I like wingers about. You attack with pace. The fullback can say, he's on thin ice.
When I played left wing second half of my career, down the line, get crosses in. Strikers knew when the ball was coming in the box. With Antony, it's inside. You don't know which way he's going to go. As a striker, you can't make runs. So he has to do better. Shaban.
Shaban is back. Here she is.
Hi. Oh, what are we talking about now? I'm scared.
What do you want to talk about?
I don't know.
What do you want to do? Shall we talk about Manchester United? Because back page of the Sun today, the headline is threadbare. Erik Ten Hag facing injury crisis as Varane is knocked out. Manchester United fans, this is not good news, even though we kind of touched on that early this week and last week. He's kind of seemed a little bit off it, as has many of Manchester United's players since the return to the season. He's out for 6 weeks. Of course, Luke Shaw is out for another 6 weeks as well. Tyrell Malacia is still out with an injury, so there's a bit of a problem in defence. Harry Maguire, does he deserve this opportunity?
Oh, he got to, surely. If he doesn't get in this side now, then it's just, it doesn't make sense to me. You can't keep an England centre-half on the bench, especially when you have an injury crisis. Surely.
Well, this is it. And it's almost like everything's fallen into place, isn't it? The reason that he stayed put. However, there's talks now of getting in a left-back on loan, possibly. So, Højbjerg has been linked.
Højbjerg, for me, listen, I've seen him with good games, but in general, for Spurs in that midfield, not top class. Not for me.
What do you think about Mark Cucurella? So there has been a bid going in for him on loan to Chelsea.
Touch tackle.
Touch tackle?
Yeah, when I watched him for Chelsea, he's not, when he's going forward with the ball, he's not great on the ball going forward. Yes, he's got an engine, he's aggressive, but there's a reason why Ben Chilwell's playing in front of him. Man United getting Spurs players that aren't wanted by the manager, Chelsea players that aren't wanted by the manager. Is that where Manchester United are going?
I wonder though, can you make a case though, Al, for Cucurella when he was at Brighton and part of Graham Potter's side, because he was going forward, he was brilliant that season. He finished player of the season in 21-22 and Brighton finished in 9th that season as well, so he was a big part of that squad. Like I say, he was a strong player then. He kind of lit up the park in a lot of games. Can you make a case for the fact that a lot of Chelsea players have struggled last season under everything that's gone on, and Pochettino doesn't see him as part of his plans, but under the likes of Erik Ten Hag and a different side, he could flourish once again?
Maybe it could do. Yeah, maybe. Would you want to take a big chance on him? Big money on loan makes sense.
A loan move would work.
Yeah, it could do. Like you said, Ten Hag might be able to get the Cucurella from Brighton, but the Cucurella I saw last season wasn't good enough. On the ball was quite erratic. Wasn't making the right decisions, giving the ball away. His positioning wasn't great, but maybe he deserves a second chance with Manchester United. But I just don't see Manchester United being that team that are going for players that Chelsea don't want, players that Spurs don't want. If you think of Manchester United, should be out there for the best players.
It seems to be a little bit of a rough start to
your
the
club,
season
Shaban,
for them.
what do you think?
One of my many clubs.
Yeah, one of your 12.
It's second on my list.
Yeah.
It is second on my list. I actually really like the idea of Mark Cucurella. I was listening to Darren Bent yesterday on Drive. He's not for it. Very similar thoughts to what you guys are saying just now.
On loan, yeah.
On loan, another opportunity. Knowing what he did do for Brighton again, it's very different standards, but Brighton are up there.
Rico Henry every day of the week.
You would take Rico Henry.
Yeah.
Why?
Because when you watch Rico Henry, he's come from the lower leagues as well. He's got to the Premier League with Brentford, and week in, week out, top performances, strong, aggressive, good on the ball, can get assists as well. I really like him, and I think he'd do even better at Manchester United.
Anybody else you think they could be in for, or that they would be missing out on? Just to add to Erik Ten Hag's slight issues just now, he could also see Onana head off to AFCON, running from January 13th to February. He retired, of course, playing from Cameroon, and he's now made a U-turn on that decision. So that could be
That's a shocker for him.
It's a long season for Manchester United, only 3 games in.
I'm sure they're talking about Dean Henderson to go to Crystal Palace. That's nearly agreed, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean it's a weird one. It doesn't feel like.
Are you worried, Shaban, about Manchester United finishing the top 4?
Certainly, based on the performances that you've seen, but they've taken 6 points from 9, so it's not all bad.
They weren't great though, was they, against Forest in the first 15 minutes? They got better as the game went on. They created loads of chances, but that defence for me, I think if there's ever a chance for Harry Maguire to come back in and really put in a top performance, it's now.
talkSPORT Breakfast with Alan Brazil. Thursday and Friday morning, 6 till 10. On AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.